We need to take it all up.
Really?
Whole floor. We're going to have to chuck it.
Hello, I'm Nisha and I'm restoring a 45-foot narrowboat and turning it into a tiny, floating, off-grid home with the help of my boyfriend, Mike. In this episode, we finish the rip out and we find some nasty surprises. We remove the TNG and the insulation, and I answer one of your most asked questions. Why buy a used boat instead of a shell if you're going to rip it out? Let's find out. Lovely. That's gonna go.
That's the gas.
Look at this. Lovely, lovely mould.
Standard,
See if
to
I
be
can.
honest.
There we go. I talked a bit in story 2 about why I bought a boat, but I wanted to share why I chose this boat in particular. Someone once told me, when looking for boats, let your heart lead, but when choosing a boat, lead with logic. In my case, my heart and logic met somewhere in the middle. We had a good feeling about this boat the moment we stepped aboard. Although it's only 45 foot, it felt spacious. Its many windows gave it a light and airy feel. It has 6'6" headspace, which is rare for many narrowboats, and perfect for us because I am 5'10" and Mike is 6'4". We got a great vibe from the boat itself, and the owner promised us that it had a really great hull that his father had blacked every 2 years since new. Of course, we got a pre-purchase survey, which you can watch in episode 1, and the survey confirmed that the hull was in great condition. Most boats are built at 10.64, but this boat was built at 12 instead of 10. So at its thinnest, the base plate is still 9.9. So why did I choose to buy a used narrowboat instead of a shell if we're just going to rip it out anyway? There are a few reasons, so get ready for a lot of math. I bought this boat for 22k. At the time, I gave myself a 25k budget and I couldn't find a 45 to 50 foot shell that was less than 29 to 32k. That was for a hull, not a sailaway, so it doesn't include an engine.
We need to take it all up.
Really?
Whole floor. I knew that anyway. And do what that guy had done. Back down a lot, prime it, then pop it back.
Nice.
But it also means the ballast has to come out now. I think it's concrete. Take the floor up, take the ballast out, scrape it all, clean it all, vac down it, prime it all, put new flooring down. I'm hoping it's just like that there, nowhere else, but
Maybe. I mean, that was the bathroom.
it was the bathroom, it's directly under the shower.
Then again, there was water over there
There was water
by
over
the
there.
steps
So
there. So,
we'll have to see how we go. We'll have to get a new joist there as well. Yeah, they've cut it out to put the shower tray lower. We want a bath, don't we? But it might mean we cut it out like that and lay it on the bearers as well. Don't know yet, it might just sit on the floor and then we can cut bearers out to do the plumbing, so you get the plumbing's lower than the floor and everything.
okay. For the new shell, an engine, delivery, blacking and anodes, it would have cost approximately 35k. That's assuming the hull is 30k, the engine is 3k, the blacking and anodes come to £600 and the delivery is 1.2k.
Because of the way it was up there, If it was open chimney, it's just got wet, run down the outside where they join. And then...
Oh, did it go in your mouth?
Yeah, but... Now I made it big enough for me to do that.
Woo!
See what I mean by it? It's all just...
Yep.
That is so thin. Look, I can just do that. Huh.
Yep.
I know I beated it a little bit, but I mean, it shouldn't be able to put your... That's paper. And by the way, this is not my screwdriver. It's the one we found in the boat. Because you shouldn't be loading a screwdriver. Goes against everything, but it's there. I mean, I think we're renewing this bit anyway. Although it's a nice bit of casting, it's broken on the outside. That is full up. No wonder it's not very good at burning.
Oh wow.
I think we're gonna have to chuck it.
The whole fireplace? Why?
There's a hell of a lot. It's blown the back part.
What do you mean it's blown the back part?
Well, the water's got behind and blown it, made the rust and blown it right down there. That's the back. That should be, that bit there should be there. It's blown it out. Because of all the rubbish that's gone down it. I might be wrong. I hope I am. It just looks extremely rusty.
My used narrowboat was 22k. We sailed it to my area ourselves, and the cost of that was £411.25. Removal from the water plus blacking and anodes cost £600. The survey cost £475. The boat already has an engine, and the surveyor said it was one of the best engines that he's heard in years. So in total, our used narrowboat, not the build, cost £23,486. That's £11,514 less than a shell. We have had to do a rip out, which took much longer than you'd think, and we also have to sand the boat down to repaint it. The sanding alone will take roughly 3 weeks, we think. However, it saved about 11k, and that can buy new double glazed windows, batteries and solar panels for the boat. The second reason I bought secondhand instead of a new shell is because it would take about 6 to 8 weeks for a shell to be built, not including any time that we'd possibly have to be on a wait list. And then we'd need to wait for delivery as well. This boat is going to be my home and eventually Mike's too, and I want to hopefully move into it in spring next year. So instead of waiting months for the shell to be built, in that time we've sailed it to my area, ripped it out, insulated it and almost finished the subfloor, which you'll see over the coming weeks. Overall, we felt that it made sense for us to buy a second-hand boat, especially one with such a great hull and engine. However, I would be lying if I said I didn't sometimes wish that we'd bought a shell, because I think it would have been a much easier project. What are your thoughts? Buy a shell or refit a used boat? Let us know in a comment below. Okay, ready? Just jump. Okay. Because we've got to get started. So just jump. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Figure out where I'd put it.
There's me thinking a lot.
Chew!